Wow, you guys made it back to another episode. This video is a little bit of a shit show, or at least the story. Hopefully, you get some kind of humor out of it. I know later in life I did, but without any further distractions, let's get into it. So, this one time I met this girl at this local club that we have here in Louisiana, and we ended up talking. Well, she kept coming down. She lived pretty far away in Texas. It was about 2.5, 3 hours away from this club. And she would often come out and hang out with me, my friends, whatever. Well, everything was going great. And she finally asks me, "Hey, what do you think about coming up to Texas?" Well, at this point, this has been going on for a few months. And I hadn't been up to see her. She mainly went down there because she had friends who lived down there. And she always had a place to stay. Well, Um, I decide, you know what? Yeah, sure. She said, "Hey, I have this friend that's coming with me. So bring one of your friends so she's not like third wheeling." Like, okay, cool. Well, me and my buddy start going to this place. Like I said, about a 2.5, 3 hour drive. We're all excited to go drink, listen to music, whatever. Well, uh, me and my buddy get to the bar. Everything's going great. Except this is about the time where things start to get a little wish-washy. The girl who I had ended up bringing my friend to see was talking to somebody already. This was never brought up to any point in the conversation. So I'm thinking, oh, well, that's kind of fucking weird, but none of my concern, right? Well, everything goes by, time goes by, blah, blah, blah. Band's playing. It's actually a pretty decent band. I would love to remember the name of it. I would definitely give them a shout out if I remember the name. Well, out of nowhere, we go from having a good time to her friend whispers something in her ear. She starts freaking the fuck out. Well, a little bit of time later, she walks up to me and is like, "Hey, this one of my friends are coming. Just this guy that I dance with sometime." At this point, she's already feeling pretty good, and 5, 10 minutes later goes by. Well, he starts getting extremely fucking sick. Well, we bring her to the back of this bar. It's kind of set up, has like a little balcony area with some grass. So he starts throwing up in the grass, and I'm sitting there trying to like feed her water. She's asking for more alcohol. I'm giving her like shots of water to try to get her to drink. And this dude ends up walking out. I figured it was somebody just coming to like check, see what's going on. After all, it is a girl laying on the ground. What man in their right mind wouldn't go check on that? Well, this dude introduces himself to me, and this is where things start to get a little weird. Like, he's starting to put her hand on her back, talk to her like they know each other and all that. I'm assuming, oh, this must be the dance partner. All in all, this is still weird. I've never heard about it up till this night. Well, a little while goes by. We finally get her to where she's not heaving, throwing up all over the place. And she decides she wants to dance. Well, dancing in the middle of a fucking staircase isn't a great idea when one of your dance mates, I guess, like one of the people you're dancing with, are drunk as shit. This motherfucker goes to do some little spin bullshit and just eats shit on the stairs. Well, not long after this, again, we get her up, getting sit straight. We finally get her back in the bar, sitting down, calm, whatever. Well, this dude pulls me outside and he's like, "Hey man, uh, if you don't mind me asking, how long y'all been talking?" It's like, "I don't know, fucking couple months up to this point." He's like, "Yeah, that's been my girlfriend for about 3 years now." And turns out they had a kid together, and like everything. Well, he looks at me and he's like, "Dude, there's really no point in fighting about this. If she was gonna do it anyway, end of the story, she was gonna do it. Might as well be mature about it. And after that, me and him pretty much went and sat at the bar and drank beer all night. Feel bad for the dude, feel pissed off that I drove 3 hours for this bullshit. But yeah, at least I got a good story out of it. But I appreciate you guys dropping back in for yet another fucking video. And sorry this one came out a little bit late. I was dealing with some shit in my own life. But, I'll see you on the next one.